Hi, my name's Monroe. You've probably already noticed that I have incredibly blue eyes.
While he raises his weapon, I just grab his arm. Perhaps we should maybe allow him a little bit of rest or respite before the questions continue.
Sean's so eager.
Very well. He's already been through hell. Don't think that's quite as much as he deserves quite yet. But he betrayed his contract and he betrayed justice.
I spit again on him.
It's not our decision on whether his judgment need be met out for the contract. That's for the Swiftfoots to decide. But I believe that, and I kind of look at him, perhaps a little bit leniency and cooperation on his part might go towards, convincing the Swiftfoots to maybe go easy on him. But only time will tell, won't it?
Indeed.
What?
Well, with that, I turn back to Harl and tell him that he should thank Heskar for his level-headedness.
And the older gentleman does turn your way, Heskar, and give you a nod and says, thank you for very much.
Now, the manacles, like I broke the wall mounts on them. Does he still have like the manacle like ends, like chains still on him?
He's still got the manacles and the chains that were attached to the manacles on.
Okay. I just kind of stride over to him. I grab the chains. I like overlap them. I bring him over to the edge of the wagon. I take out one of the iron spikes. I put it in the middle, and I just drive it through the bottom of the through the planks in the wagon, so that he's like comfortable. Or it's not like uncomfortable, but just so that it's secure there. And I just say, make no mistake, I'm not your friend, but this is just to ensure that we won't have any problems. Your story needs a little bit more explanation before we can truly trust you.
He just kind of nods and turns away from you. So, you guys make camp for the night. You get your long rest. You are all healed up, all of your spells back, everything like that. You make your way back to Hearthmount. Once you get there, you find your way back to the Three Dog Inn where you had first met your contact of the Swiftfoots. This time, with a new friend in tow. Unlike the last time you were here, it's pretty quiet. There's only a couple people at the bar, one person in a booth over in the corner, slumped on the table next to his drink, just quietly snoring. Barmaids are still kind of just walking about, making themselves busy. You guys can get drinks if you'd like to, hang out and just kind of chat about what you've been through for a moment.
I think I would like to inspect that canine, the 4-inch wicked canine, a little bit more. Maybe someone in the bar knows what kind of animal it came from.
I look at Hingman and I say, could really use a beer right now. Seeing as I bought him last time.
Here, here.
I go up to the barman and fucking acquire a round from my boys and me of the
Don't forget I don't drink.
oh well for
Water, please.
I'll get a
Water, guys. Thank
No
you.
water for Sean,
Water.
and then I'll get fucking the basic ass ale for all my dudes and me.
No, the good stuff.
3 gold.
Whoa, that's expensive stuff.
What is it?
3 gold.
3
Three
gold.
gold?
Well, the other that he had was 5.
3 gold. And giving him the gold, the bartender turns around, takes a moment, pours the 3 steins of beer, gives them to you, doesn't even worry about table service, just gives them to you to carry over, pours glass of water out of a small pitcher, hands that over, and lets you go on your way.
Okay. It's 3 per.
No, 3 total.
Just 3 total.
Yeah.
And do you want me? What kind of check should I do for, I guess, asking people about this canine?
Just make me a straight charisma check.
Okay. I want to use a luck. Actually, no, I won't. Fuck it. I'll save it for an actual, like,
So,
life or death situation.
11.
The 2 people sitting at the bar don't know anything. One's a cobbler, one's a former hobo, just now got hired as a worker down at the dock. They don't know shit. They don't know. It's a big tooth. Yeah, it's kind of scary looking. And the guy in the corner is too drunk to even notice you talking to him. Barmaids don't know. Bartender doesn't know.
Harumph.
Fat lot of good you guys are.
Well, I guess, should we wait there with the trader until the guy that gave us the contract shows up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll,
And as you guys are saying that, the guy who gave you the contract, Jace, walks into the door.
It's serendipitous.
yeah.
He
Thinking about him.
Speak of the devil.
makes his,
Speak about
makes his way over to your table, pulls a chair from the table behind him, and just sits on it right here at the end, not even worrying about the booths. Doesn't even motion to the bartender this time. It's slow enough that when he walks in, if anybody cares to notice, they can just see the bartender start pouring a drink, which one of the barmaids goes over and fetches. And he sits down in front of you. Looks like everyone made it back in one piece. And hey, you even picked up a stray, too. Pointing to the half-orcs seated in the corner next to the Dragonborn as his drink is brought over.
He's spitting in his drink.
No, I just spit on the ground.
And the barmaid says,
No spitting in here! Go outside for that kind of thing!
I just light up my pipe. I start smoking.
Look at Jace. Well, he seems this fine gentleman here isn't the only person we brought back. We seem to have found another one of your contractees.
Turns out he was a traitor. He decided
and where were you guys keeping him? Did you bring him into the bar with you? Or?
He's under the table.
No, we still had. Do we still have a room here? I don't know if we did. Not.
When you got back, you didn't ask about rooms. You just kind of came straight here and came into the tavern.
Yeah, we'll say that. Yeah, sorry. I should have said he was in
tow
with us. In tow with us. I had taken the time, of course, to fully remove the manacles from him, so he doesn't have the chains and shit on him anymore. Once we got into town, that is.
So Jace takes a look at the man and looks over his face for a second. Yeah, that's one of the people we hired. You say he was a traitor, huh? Well, we heard about your success out there and the little bit of nastiness you found yourselves in, eh?
Yeah. Might I suggest a little bit more information next time?
maybe vet out your potential employees a little better too.
We choose them based on their skills, not on their personalities.
Well, all the same, it sounds like you might have a situation on your hands. Kind of nudge the guy. Tell him what you told us.
And Harl, who's been pretty quiet since he told you his story, tells the same story to Jace about his team arriving first, finding the cave, deciding to align themselves with Molarnash and the goblins. Molarnash and the goblins turning on them, deciding to torture and kill them, with Harl being the last survivor. In the process of aligning themselves with these evildoers, they had convinced the second team, Nox being one of the members, to leave occurring or having them be set upon by an ambush of goblins. Nox and the halfling being the only survivors of the second group to make it out of this encounter. And then you all fill him in on the details that he might not have heard, puts the pieces together, and just kind of thinks for a moment, stroking his small goatee, and just says, well, all right. You just leave him with me. I'll make sure that his justice is meted out.
I kind of give him a nod, look at the other two. Well, I already know what Wainwright is thinking, so I just, regard him and look at the other two as, hand him over.
I have no need for him.
He's a big jerk.
We,
Big ol' me.
give him one last look. You reap what you sow, sir. And Harl, I do think whatever comes out to you, equal measure will be dealt out to you for what you've done.
I know I deserve it.
Damn right.
So he,
Tired tootin'.
Harl kind of just goes and stands behind Jace, who doesn't need to keep an eye on him. You just see that Harl is very kind of cowed by the presence of this man. And Jace just kind of smacks his hands together in a kind of all done cleaning off like sort of way, when you finish a job and you just smack your hands together. And he says, well, all's well that ends well, especially when the end gets me paid. Speaking of which, he reaches down to his side and produces a small leather pouch, which you can see is slightly bulging with its contents. And he reaches out with his hand outstretched, the bag in his palm, and says, here you are.
Thank you, kind sir.
Is this money?
What did we get? Again?
Well, who's taking it?
I'm all the way in the corner. So.
I'll extend my hand and I'll grab it. Open up the satchel.
Well, before you actually grab it, he pulls his hand back and says, oh, I forgot. Puts the bag down on the chair next to him and pulls small pieces of paper out of his small satchel that he has on his side and puts them down like a hand of cards on the table in front of you all and says, Mr. Greygaze asked me to give this to you. Puts down
what?
Puts down what?
puts down the note.
Okay.
Okay. Stick my talon into it, flip it, look at it.
I grab one, slide it over, look at it like I did before.
Hello.
Just trying to make sure nobody peeks at it.
Mm-hmm. It's my secret.
And I'm assuming you just like.
Yeah. I reach for it and can't get it the first couple times.
I kind of reach across and just push it towards Hingman.
I grab it and kind of, tilt it and kind of,
Parchment's as big as your torso.
trying to make out what's going on.
I know some of these words.
I've seen that before.
What is this?
It says the.
Hey!
Heh.
Annual.
Wilson, what do you got?
There you go.
Again, I look at Jace, and what is this supposed to be for?
He just kind of shrugs his shoulders and just says, dunno. I was given orders to give you this. That's all I did. I suppose it means that tomorrow you're supposed to be at the market district at midday. But what do I know?
Huh, who'd have thought?
Can I use my vast intellect to see or to cross-reference the handwriting on this to figure out who wrote it?
Wow, you're like a
Give it a shot.
I'm like a detective or something.
man.
You're like a Dodongo.
I know people's
You see-
handwriting, even though I've never met them before.
Well, maybe I did meet this person, but you said investigate, right, Wilson?
I didn't say anything. That's going to be history.
History. Gotcha. Good thing I'm proficient.
Not that proficient.
Without a large, the concept is foreign to you, but some might call it database to cross-reference this handwriting to others that you might have sampled. You have no fucking clue who wrote it. It's handwriting.
I get through my salad helm, you guys can see my brow furrow, and you hear me mutter, I need some sort of computational device.
So, after he gives you the piece of paper, he then
My butler's name is Wilfred.
the pouch of gold.
I was gonna say, after kind of asking you that, I re-extend my hand for that pouch of gold.
He gives it to you, and it contains 200 gold, which is 50 per person, what was agreed upon in the contract upon your return.
50 gold each?
Split
Yep,
it
50 gold
4
per.
ways, toss out the 50 gold bits to everybody.
Not bad, not bad.
Bits.
So, we can end it here if you guys would like.
Yes, please.
Sure.
Yeah,
Oh.
hell tired.
That was a weird hiccup. Did we get any experience from this dungeon?
No, remember he's doing milestones.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, milestone.
Right.
So you guys have an appointment to keep, or at least an invitation of some sort.
I will.
Some sort of mystery.
I will write it in my day planner.
My diary.
Dear diary. I'll kind of have one here because I'm like actually writing down major shit.
Mhm.
Well,
I got my sticky
semi-major
notes.
shit.
Right.
Got one that's shit shoot.
Shit.
Okay.
The good old
So,
shit.
I have somewhat of an idea of TK's background for his character. For the rest of you, if you want to just think of something and at some time let me know, shoot me a message or something, and I'll write it down on your character sheet and I can just check it. Just think of some background of what your character's been through, who they are as a person, that kind of stuff. And the more you put into it, the more I can kind of adapt into like what I can put into the game further down the road as far as like stuff for you guys to do or plot devices, things like that.
Right. Cool.
Alright,
Well,
That'll be it.
yep. Fargonauts signing off.
That's
Bye-bye.
it. That's all.
That's it.
that's it, that's all.
That's it. That's all.
Peace out.